You're listening to The Plugged In Operator, part of Main Street Media. I'm Marcus. It's Monday, May 18th. Here's what's on the board. This week, we're talking about quotes. The thing that eats your evenings. The thing that decides whether you win or lose a job before the customer ever signs anything. And the AI tools that are starting to do it for you in minutes instead of days. The AI tool of the week is a category. AI quote and estimate generation. Think rebar in the HVAC supply world. Think Beam AI for mechanical takeoffs. Think Quote IQ for landscaping. Think the estimate side of Jobber and Housecall Pro and Service Titan. The pitch is simple. You feed the tool a set of plans, a property address, or photos of the job, and it spits out a structured estimate, line items, labor hours, materials, the works, in the time it takes you to drink a cup of coffee. What it actually does. For HVAC and mechanical, Beam AI ingests the project drawings and produces a takeoff with duct runs, equipment counts, and pipe lengths. For landscaping, Quote IQ pulls satellite imagery of the customer's address, measures the lawn and beds automatically, and turns that into a priced quote your customer can accept right from their phone. For plumbing and electrical, the same logic. Photos in, structured estimate out, formatted to your price book. Cost range. The small shop end is real money, but not silly money. Quote IQ runs around $30 a month for landscapers. Jobber and Housecall Pro's AI features are bundled into their existing plans, which means if you're already paying for the platform, you've already paid for the AI. The mid-market end, purpose-built tools like Beam, typically run a few hundred to $1,000 a month per user. Enterprise takeoff tools for commercial mechanical contractors run multiple thousands a month, but those buyers are bidding multi-million-dollar projects. Setup time. For the bundled tools inside your existing software, you're live in a single afternoon. You point the AI at your price book, upload a sample job, and start using it on real quotes the next day. For a standalone takeoff or measurement tool, plan on a week of setup and a month of getting your team to actually trust the output instead of double-checking everything by hand. Here's the concrete action this week. Pick one quote category that's eating your time. For an HVAC shop, that's probably replacement estimates. For a landscaper, it's spring cleanup quotes. For a plumber, it's repipes. Pull your last 10 quotes in that category and time how long they took to produce. Then, run the same 10 through whatever AI estimating tool is bundled with the software you already pay for. If the AI saves you an hour per quote and you do 10 a week, you just bought back a workday. That's your before and after number. Don't quit your current process, just measure the gap. Which brings us to the reason quoting speed matters more this year than last. Your equipment just got more expensive. Tariff costs are now baked into nearly every quote operators are writing. Most HVAC contractors are pricing equipment 10 to 15% higher than they were a year ago. Mexican-made HVAC units that used to face an effective 8% tariff because the metal content was U.S. sourced are now hit with a flat 25% on the whole unit. Plumbing imports, fittings, fixtures, valves, especially from Asia, have seen price hikes of 15 to 35% across essential goods. The 10% time-limited global tariff is scheduled to expire in July. Maybe it gets extended, maybe it doesn't. Either way, your suppliers are not going to absorb the difference, and your customers don't want a surprise change order when the truck pulls up. Here's the concrete action. By the end of the week, you need a 2-line price protection clause on every quote you send out. Something like, quote, valid for 14 days, subject to material price changes, if the project is not scheduled within 30 days of acceptance. That's it. 2 lines. It protects your margin. It signals to customers that you know what's going on. And it forces them to make a decision faster, which is exactly what you want. The operators who win this year are going to be the ones who quote faster, lock in pricing language, and never let a tariff bump turn into a margin killer. That's it for Monday. Find all 5 Main Street Media shows wherever you listen. Subscribe, leave a review, and I'll see you Friday.